What do you want? I recently wrote a blog post talking about I want an extraordinary life. Things that I want. I want an extraordinary life. I want to be able to retire my mom. I want to be able to put myself in a comfortable financial position where I know my mother's needs are taken care of, my family's needs are taken care of, my own needs are taken care of. Because for me, although we all have time, my SMA is progressive. So I don't know if I'm going to have another 5 years, if I'm going to have another 10 years. Just like all of us, right? We don't know if we're going to live tomorrow. But a lot of us can expect, oh, we have time. We have another 10 years. But for me, I feel like I'm on this clock. This clock is ticking. Am I going to have the strength within the next 5-10 years to do the things that I do now? Am I going to have the strength to pick up my phone, operate my computer? Am I going to be a vegetable within the next 5 to 10 years? And it's not so much that I'm thinking this. My disability is progressive. The reason why these are occurring thoughts of mine and worries is because at the age of 5 years old, I was able to push myself in a manual wheelchair. Fast forward to 10 years after that, at the age of 15, I no longer had the strength to push myself in a manual wheelchair. I needed to be in a power wheelchair to help me get around. Fast forward to 10 years later, which is me at the age of 25, which is me present at the time of this recording. I am still in a powerized wheelchair. And as much as I work out and I try to keep my muscles as strong as possible, there are certain things that I am noticing a lot more. When I eat, sometimes my jaw gets tired. When I'm swallowing my food, some things are becoming a lot harder for me to swallow, such as like red meats, for example. My neck support is becoming one really big challenge currently. Where I'm going with this is I want an extraordinary life. I want to be able to put myself in a position where I know my mother's needs are taken care of, my family's needs are taken care of, my own needs are taken care of. Because again, as much as I may, despite whatever I may think, my disability is progressive. Until there's a cure or something that can turn the course of my disability, then that's a whole different topic, that's a whole different conversation. But currently, at the time of this recording, there are treatments for my disability, but there's not a cure. And the current treatment that I am currently taking, it's keeping me stable, but I'm still noticing a slight decline with certain things. For example, like 5 years ago, my neck support was not a worry of mine. Now, present, 5 years later, which is present, my neck support is becoming a worry. Me eating red meats is something that I really do not try to eat. I kind of try to avoid it, and I try to eat chicken if the option is available. The reason why I do what I do, I'm building my personal brand. I have my website. I have several brands connected to my personal brand, along with like other stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes that I haven't quite revealed yet. The reason why I do what I do and I work towards everything that I'm working towards is because I want to be in a position where, despite whether I'm here or despite whether I'm gone, whenever that time may come, I want to know that my mother is taken care of. Like, she's been through quite a lot. And if I can be someone to have access to such tools, meaning like the phone, if I have access to the phone, the social media, YouTube, creating content, me finding a way to monetize my voice, me finding a way to monetize my story, me finding a way to monetize things that I know. If I can do these things and I'm able to automate certain things, I know that when I'm gone, my ultimate goal, which is to take care of my mom, take care of my family, will happen. Regardless if I'm here or not, they will be taken care of. Regardless if I'm here or not, my mother will be collecting checks for the remaining of her life. Regardless if I'm here or not. I want to do those things. I never really talked about what I want, what I'm really working towards. I don't want to feel like I'm bragging or I'm boasting, or certain things I prefer is best that you keep private. I ended up writing a blog post talking about certain things that I want, and I felt inspired to create a video on it. I want an extraordinary life. By extraordinary, I'm talking about like I would love to wake up one day and regardless if my disability is a worried thought in the back of my mind or at the front or the forefront of my mind, regardless if my disability is still a worried thought, I would love to just wake up and know certain things are taken care of. Again, my mom's taken care of. I know my family is taken care of. I would love to wake up and know that despite everything I've gone through, it led me to where I am. And that alone is something to be extraordinarily thankful for. To know that you are not where you once were. I would love to have my story, my pain, my surgeries, the good, the bad, and the ugly be worth something. To not have me have gone through so much and just be that. I want to have gone through so much and be able to find the meaning within everything I've gone through, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want to wake up and be happy. I want to be up and try to make my life worth something. I want to be able to do things, and like I will always be dependent to some extent, meaning like because of my disability, under the assumption there happens to be no cure within my lifetime. By cure, I'm talking about like reversing my muscle strength. That's what I'm talking about by cure. Walking, I would love to walk as like one of my dreams, if I ever came across a miracle and I really did walk, I would totally get a Harley. Getting on a motorcycle just seems really exciting. But I would love to wake up and I would love to wake up and know my needs are taken care of. Again, back to what I was saying is because of my disability, again, under the assumption that there was no cure or my strength doesn't get better or stronger, I will always become dependent to some extent. Meaning like getting in and out of bed, showering, using the restroom, eating, getting dressed, going, leaving somewhere, having a driver. I will always be dependent to some extent. However, I can be independent to some extent. I want to create that opportunity, which is why I do the things that I do, because I want to be able to wake up, because right now at the time of this recording, my mother is my current caregiver, so there's a lot of effects. There's a lot, like, although my mother is my caregiver, it helps with our household because she's my caregiver. But I also see the negatives, the downsides of me being so dependent on mom, because I didn't think I would talk about this in this video. Is because I feel like I'm robbing the time of my siblings. meaning because I take so much time. I want to be able to put myself in a position, and I feel close. It could be far down the road, I don't know. Just the belief alone that it's close helps me endure a lot more. But I want to be able to put myself in a position where I'm able to retire my mom, and my mom is able to use the time that she has left along with my siblings and her family. And if she wants to spend the weekend or a week just with them, like just them two, like I don't have to be there, I would love to see that happen. And I'm working for that. It's just going to take time, I want to, in order to retire her, I know I have to create a team. By team, I'm talking about like a medical team where I'm able to, again, retire my mom. My mom, the only word my mom has is, "Are her kids okay?" Which is like a motherly instinct, a motherly worry. She's always going to worry about her kids, right? That's the only worry I want my mother to have. I don't want her to ever have to worry about anything financially again, which is why I do what I do. And I want to, again, make sure my family is taken care of because they too have lived quite a hard life. My family, I'm talking about my grandma. I hope I have that opportunity. My grandma's not even doing too good at the time of this recording. But I would love to create a team where I'm in the financial position to create a team and retire my mom, where my mom doesn't have to worry about anything financially. I want to be the one to buy my mom her dream house. She has an idea of a dream house. For me, that's not my dream house for her. I picture something a lot bigger. And I picture something a lot bigger. I just want to give her or those around me things beyond their imagination in a grand scale. And doing that isn't the easiest thing. It's quite difficult, especially when you're limited and you're restricted. It's not like I don't have the luxury of just get up and go and making things happen. I don't have that. And it's not like I can just be on the phone and be on the computer for countless hours because I get really fatigued after quite some time. That's why I focus primarily on YouTube, just because on YouTube I can create content, I can schedule it out, and I don't have to worry about anything. And I do very little edits. I can do that. And that's why I like the platform YouTube. I really do need to currently work on like social media, which is like Instagram and TikTok. I really do have to play with Instagram and TikTok and try to get my name out there more. There's certain things that I have to get aligned. I only can do so much, and I try to do as much as I can. And but yeah, I want that. I know that where I am going, I know that I will lose my anonymity, which is my privacy. I'm not worried about that. Like I can see myself having my name be big enough where crowd of people swamp me around, and it becomes really hard for me to get through the crowd. Like I can see that. And I know my anonymity is going to be out the way. I know I obviously will need security for certain reasons. There's a lot that's going to happen within the future, at least I hope, things that I'm striving for. And I would just, back to saying what I want, is I want to be able to wake up, do the extraordinary. I want to be able to wake up and know my life was for nothing. I want to be able to wake up and not only have endured everything that I have gone through, but to have meaning within everything I have endured. I want meaning within it all. Like, who doesn't? So for me to you, is, forgive me if I was a little bit emotional. For me to you is, what do you want? And the big question is, what are you doing to get what you want? I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.